please join me in saying the Pledge of Allegiance. Gentlemen, please remove your caps. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated. For your listening pleasure, Godwin's very own barbershop quartets, Afterthought, and special request will now sing America.
My country, 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the Pilgrim's Pride, from every mountainside, let freedom ring. Let music swell the breeze and ring from all the trees, sweet freedom's song. Let mortal tongues awake, let all that breathe partake, let rocks their silence break, the sound prolong, sweet freedom's song.
At this time, I would like to introduce our special stage guests. Mr. Stuart Myers, Vice Chairman, Henrico County School Board, representing the Tuckahoe District. Mr. James Fiorelli, Henrico County School Board, representing the Three Chop District. Mrs. Patricia O'Bannon, Henrico County Board of Supervisors, Tuckahoe District. Mr. Fred Morton, with a new hairdo, our Superintendent of Henrico County Schools. Mr. Terry Moore, Principal. Mrs. Deborah Bishop, Assistant Principal. Mr. Brian Fellows, Assistant Principal. Mrs. Sandra Justice Dennis, Assistant Principal. Ms. Tracy Weston, Assistant Principal. Mr. Hunter Knuckles, Administrative Aide. Mr. Nathan Shotwell, Administrative Aide. Mrs. Mary Cirillo, Senior Class Sponsor. Mrs. Hope Parham, Senior Class Sponsor. Mrs. Marina Anduesa, Teacher and Godwin Parent. Mrs. Suzanne Bristow, Teacher and Godwin Parent. Mrs. Nancy Ford, Teacher and Godwin Parent. Mr. Thomas Hoy, Teacher and Godwin Parent. Mr. Robert Lotes, Teacher and Godwin Parent. Mrs. Nancy Lott, Guidance Counselor and Godwin Parent. Mr. Ned Roach, former teacher and Godwin Parent. Mrs. Joanne Spots, Technology Trainer and Godwin Parent. Mrs. Bonnie Thompson, Teacher and Godwin Parent. Ms. Natasha Vainblatt, Student Speaker. Mr. Joshua Simpson, Student Speaker. And Ms. Jessica Washington, Student Speaker.
At this time, I'd like to recognize and thank our professional colleagues from the Central Office who are with us this evening to honor the class of 2005 and who provide us continuing support and guidance throughout the school year. Would our Central Office staff in attendance please stand so we may recognize you for all that you do. In addition, administrators from our feeder schools who do such a fine job preparing our students in the early years of education and who show their support for our graduates are here tonight as well. As I call your name, please stand and let us recognize you. And if you would you wait until everyone is called before you applaud? Mrs. Ann Potes, Principal, Byrd Middle School. Mrs. Sherry Bellotti, Assistant Principal, Byrd Middle School. Mr. Steve Sukanik, Assistant Principal, Byrd Middle School, and a parent of a graduating Godwin student. Mr. Raymond Honeycutt, Principal, Pocahontas Middle School. Mrs. Mary Cox, Principal, Knuckles Farm Elementary. Mr. John Harding, Principal, Pemberton Elementary. Mrs. Tammy Jones, Principal, Pinchbeck Elementary. Mr. Philip Cantone, Principal, Carver Elementary School. And Mr. Bruce Watson, Retired Principal, Short Pump Middle School. No journey to excellence is done alone. We have an outstanding faculty at Godwin High School, and the graduating class is our product and the culmination of our academic and student activities efforts. We are very proud of them. Will you please join me in the class of 2005 in a well-deserved round of applause for our faculty. I now wish to honor the parents of our graduates. We honor you for your years of encouragement and the love which has made this graduation possible. If you are a parent of a member of our graduating class, please stand and let us recognize you.
Bringing us greetings tonight are Mr. Fiorelli, our three-chopped school board representative, followed by Mrs. O'Bannon from the Henrico County School Board of Supervisors, and last but not least, our superintendent, Mr. Morton. And here's Mr. Fiorelli.
Distinguished guests, parents, family, and friends, faculty, and especially Godwin class of 2005. Good evening, and what a good evening it is. You know, I couldn't help but think, it crossed my mind as I was looking out at the sea of red and white. I see a lot of you seniors around the community hanging out, whatever, and I've got to admit it, you all clean up pretty good. Really, it is my privilege this evening to bring you greetings on behalf of the entire Henrico County School Board. Let me first say on behalf of the school board, congratulations to you parents on raising such fine young men and women. It's no small task, and we congratulate you for it. I also want to thank you parents for all you have contributed to the success not only of your own student, but to the success of Godwin and our school system as a whole. We recognize that we are partners together in education, and we are grateful to have such wonderful partners. Second, let me also say on behalf of the school board, to you teachers, thank you for all you have given, all you have sacrificed, all you have contributed to the success of the class of 2005. You've heard it from the superintendent before, and you'll hear it again. We're not confused about where the real work gets done or who does it. You all have done the real work well. And finally, to the Godwin class of 2005, you have certainly been part of a wonderful community these past 4 years, and you have certainly contributed and left your mark on the Godwin community in academics, athletics, music, and a whole host of other activities. These accomplishments are nice, and they're meaningful, and they're special, and I'm sure there will be many more such accomplishments from this class in the future. But what I simply wish for you this evening is a success I recently heard defined by a baccalaureate speaker. Success measured not by fame or fortune, power or prestige, but rather success measured by the quality of relationships, both horizontal and vertical. May God bless you, class of 2005, with this kind of true success and with all his blessings and favor. as you graduate and truly commence to pursue your calling and destiny.
Godwin High School, class of 2005, I bring you greetings from the Henrico County Board of Supervisors. Over the course of approximately the last 13 years, you have been working very hard to reach this goal. Course by course, year by year, test by test, project by project, book by book, brick by brick, you have been building this foundation. The foundation is now complete, and it is well done because you are graduating. I bring you congratulations for building a wonderful foundation for your future, and I wish you good luck for that future. Again, congratulations.
Class of 2005, congratulations. Tonight is your night. I echo Mr. Moore and Mr. Fiorelli's thanks to the teachers who have supported you, helping you reach this point, and to your parents. What's past is past. Tomorrow will take care of itself. Make good decisions in the moment, and you'll have great success. Congratulations.
And now I have the pleasure of introducing our student speakers. About 3 years ago, during class elections, this quirky little Russian girl blew us all away with her unique humor, energy, and charisma. Today, Natasha Van Blatt serves as our SCA president and the editor-in-chief of the literary magazine. She has truly become our most valuable eagle. Ladies and gentlemen, Natasha Van Blatt.
Hello, hello dear friends, hello. Whoa, wait a second. For some reason, I have a strange feeling that I'm not close friends with every person in the Siegel Center. Well, I can't make a heartfelt speech if we're not friends. This can easily be fixed. Let me tell you the basics about myself. I am very foreign because I'm very Russian. If you do not believe me, let me present you the facts. My name is Natasha. I have a real uncle named Boris. We are spies and hunt Rocky and Bullwinkle together. I have a babushka, which is not that funny furry hat thing. It is actually a grandmother, yet she wears the funny furry hat thing and does the dance where she folds her hands and kicks out her feet from under her on command. It's great for parties. Also, I am a phenomenal dancer. Ask anyone, just don't use my name in the same sentence. Well, now that we are all friends, I can speak to you frankly, as friends do. I had no idea what to write my speech about until a week ago. I was returning my When Rabid Squirrels Attack VHS to Hollywood Video. Yes, VHS. I don't trust DVDs. They're way too smooth and way too shiny. Anyway, I was driving out of the parking lot when I saw a group of freshmen standing in the Wendy's parking lot. They were standing in this weird shaped formation, like if a circle and an octagon had a baby, it would look like that. Each kid was desperately trying to fit into this formation as the looks of fear from being excluded shone on his or her face. I think we were all like that, nervous, trying to find our niche or safety net. That's the great thing about today. We have all found it or found that we never needed it in the first place. We have grown so much since September of 2001 through the help of everything and everyone around us, especially our teachers, even the crazy ones. I have to say, the crazy ones were actually my favorite, because they had no idea they were crazy. Frantically running around the classroom with tree branches in their hair and drool while holding graded papers. Or telling us that the most important thing to take to college is silk underwear. Stating that if we do plan on getting arrested, to wait until we finish the Bill of Rights. Threatening us that if we failed this next test, we should lock our doors at night because they would be coming with bricks. Hey, you know what crazy backwards is? Ezark. I didn't get it, but the crazy ones did. Now back to the students. If you haven't noticed your transformation, here's the test. Take any specific recurring moment in your high school career and you will see the change. Mine deals with the FCCLA and their Otis Spunkmeyer Wednesday cookie sales. FCCLA, I don't know what you put in your cookies except an extra scoop of deliciousness. Because after that first Wednesday, I was hooked. But not only to the cookies, the process of getting them. Each Wednesday, the Commons would turn into an Animal Planet special as students transformed into monkeys and tigers, beating their chests and waving their dollars in their claws. Freshman year, sadly, I was a turtle, quietly holding my dollar, waiting for the masses to clear. But as the years passed, I morphed into a lady tigra, running to the front with the dollar in my jaw. See, we have all grown into feisty lady tigras. So, from one tigra to another, here's my advice for the future. Don't make excuses. I think some of us have been making them for so long we don't even realize it. Wait, see what I did there? I made an excuse for making excuses. Don't do that. Seriously, don't. Go out there and become the person you want to be. Build your dreams anywhere, in your closet, in your back pocket, in the sky. Just don't let them crumble because you gave up along the way, because you were too tired, it was too much work, or you ran out of Doritos. This is the perfect time to start your future. The proof is in the graduation gowns. White is a symbol of purity and rebirth, meaning we start our futures clean and fresh. If you're wearing red, you're obviously not as clean as the rest of us. But there is still hope. Just hold on to someone's white sleeve or something. The spaciousness of the gowns provides room for growth internally or externally. The choice is yours. Our weird pointy hats are like compasses, willing to guide us if we get lost. You just have to turn them a little and make sure you always know where north is. But besides that, they're foolproof. And the tassel, well, that's just there for amusement, reminding us to have fun along the way. See, you have everything you need to go out there into the future. And if you get lost along the way, use your pointy compass hat. Thank you.
Thank you, Natasha. Our second student speaker tonight has not only left a mark on the football field, but on all aspects of student life. As an all-star running back to a graceful dancer in the variety show, Josh Simpson has made a lasting impact on Godwin with his integrity, humor, and compassion for his fellow students. Josh Simpson.
I'd like to start off by thanking for everyone who voted for me to speak today. It's truly an honor and a privilege to be speaking at graduation. Can anyone believe how long we've been in school? 13 years. Give or take a few days, we've been going to school for 2,340 days. That's a ton of learning. Sometimes it probably seemed like it would never end, but we finally made it to graduation day. It's been quite a journey throughout the past 13 years. I can still remember the days in elementary school like they were just yesterday. Back at Carver Elementary, we had recess every day. I couldn't wait to go inside and play Oregon Trail. It was a tough transition going from being a big fifth grader to being at the bottom of the ladder as a sixth grader. After getting over the shock of being put into one school with all these different kids from different elementary schools, it wasn't that bad, only a little bit awkward. If you remember, those were the days where having a girlfriend was pretty cool, but you had to be careful when you talk to the girls because you didn't want your voice to crack. Despite having the longest classes ever with block scheduling, middle school was over before we knew it. We were once again moving on. Godwin was a little overwhelming at first. We started off the year by being rushed by a mob of seniors, led by my neighbor, tennis star Brent Wilkins, at the homecoming pep rally. Ever since that pep rally, our class has been a part of the school. Godwin has given us many opportunities to be involved in sports, clubs, musical productions, and many other exciting activities. For me, the sports have given me the greatest memories. I'll never forget the look on Coach Axel's face when we beat Hermitage to win the district championship in football and got a chance to play in a regional playoff game. Who can forget those Godwin-Freeman basketball games? Especially this past winter, we had the sea of red shirts, and Brett James helped us carry to another victory over Freeman. We will all remember our favorite memories here at Godwin. I'll remember Nathan Van Arsdale tearing it up on the soccer field, Michelle Davis and TJ Spincineri singing and dancing in the school productions, hanging out in school with all my best friends, and even the Mr. MG contest when Corey Sedler danced around in a tutu. Everyone will recall many other memorable events of the past 4 years. This upcoming year is going to be an important time in our lives. It'll be the first time we're going to be on the own for most of us. We're going to have to make many tough decisions based on our own good intuition. We'll have to make many more responsibilities. We'll have many more responsibilities than we're used to. But thankfully, because of our parents and the teachers, we're all ready for the future. There are many people that have helped us along the way. I'd like to thank all the football coaches who've devoted so much of their time to help Godwin have so many successful seasons. I'd also like to thank Ms. Parham and Ms. Cirillo for all the extra hours they put in as being our class sponsors. I'd like to thank Ms. Stevens for all the sports pictures and hugs and everything else you've done to me over the past 4 years. I'd like to thank Ms. Bruner for helping me with SATs, and Mrs. Mead, our librarian, who is like my second mom at Godwin. I'd also like to thank Coach Axel. He's been very helpful for me through football. He helped me with 2 scholarships and just all his words of wisdom. Especially, I'd like to thank my family and my friends for all the support over the past years. My parents especially. I know sometimes they probably question some of the decisions I made, but I've always stuck by my side through thick and thin, and I've always pushed me to be the best I can be. I love them more than anything, and I'm so lucky to have parents like them. Thank you once again for inviting me to speak. Good luck to everyone next year, and hopefully our paths will cross somewhere in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Josh. Last but not least, this vivacious young lady never ceases to brighten up all our school days with her cheerful smile and great hugs. Jessica Washington is the epitome of school spirit, kindness, and fun. As our Pep Club president, class treasurer, and homecoming maid of honor, Jessica has truly become unforgettable.
Graduation, noun, a ceremony which degrees or diplomas are conferred, a commencement. Well, that's how Webster defines it. Before I could write a graduation speech, I wanted to find out what this monumental event really represented. So, like any intelligent young woman, I confided in my God, Wynn's vice principal, Brian Fellows. But, as usual, his office was empty as he was tracking down low-flying eagles. Discouraged, I returned home, where upon seeing my present state, my dad proclaimed, "Baby girl, what's the matter? You look like somebody just unpopped your collar." "Daddy," I said in my little angelic voice, "I don't know what to write a graduation speech on." "Baby girl," he began, "tell him what you know. Besides, you can't fail. You come from good genes." He was right. My mom's got it going on. With a new sense of confidence, I was ready to broadcast what it means to be a member of Godwin's class of 2005. We are a group of students who are graduating with high grade point averages, leadership skills, and overall talent. We leave behind a legacy of studiousness and integrity, dance parties, tailgating, and school spirit, much to be admired by future classes. On this day, I plead with you to note all the sounds, smells, and feelings you experience today. It only happens once. I remember 4 years ago the sound of the tardy bell as I was late to my very first class. And when we got trampled by the seniors and then shook our keys at the freshmen as seniors. I recall bow ties, birthday pencils, and being sheep jumping over sticks. I remember our first homecoming and our last, meeting new friends and sometimes saying goodbye to old. One theory of evolution claims that species evolve more during cataclysmic events. And between SUVs parked in the commons and getting nailed by bouncy balls, going to our school is definitely a cataclysmic event. We have evolved from a group of awkward freshmen, fresh out of middle school, to an honored unified class of seniors who run the school and who people look to for guidance. Unity, you're thinking? All 500 some of them are unified? Yeah, we are. This unity can be seen today in the various events of our collective past, such as dancing so hard we blow out Hyla's speakers, football, basketball, volleyball, gymnastics, wrestling, baseball, softball, track, tennis, golf, and sweetness. Oh yeah, beating Freeman at everything. Jason and Rachel, homecoming king and queen, the great political debates, Pinsker versus Harrison, round 15. Steve Austin. Spectacular drama productions, and wait, Hamilton can sing? The best variety shows, and some junior with a fro being crowned Mr. Godwin. Oh well, you get the picture. As we sit here tonight, we should consider the wise words of Thoreau. Do not worry that you have built your castles in the air. They are where they should be. Now put the foundations under them. Thoreau is urging us to dream big, setting our goals in the sky, then laying the foundations to attain that goal, whether it be going to college, learning a trade, or just believing in yourself that you can do it. But what we fail to realize is that 25 years ago, before you and I were even a thought, Godwin High School was constructed. And today, 25 years later, with its caring and inspirational faculty and staff, Godwin has begun to lay our foundations with its valuable lessons about the 3 R's, and most of all about life. Continue to build your castles in the sky with the rich foundations you have begun at Godwin. Simply put, go forth and lead awesome lives, but don't forget where you came from. You have great genes and great experiences. You've been a fabulous audience. Thank you.
At this time, a select choir will now sing "This Is the Moment" from the musical Jekyll and Hyde. This piece tells of the strength and courage that is sometimes necessary to go off into the world on your own. It ends with a stirring message which says that we will do what it takes to be successful in life. We dedicate this song to the class of 2005 and hopes that they too will take a hold of their life and create their very own success.
This is the moment, this is the day, this is the moment when I know I'm on my way. Every endeavor I have made ever is coming into play, is here and now today. This is the moment. This
For those of you visiting us for the first time tonight, as they're taking their seats, I hope that we take a moment to look at the tremendous talent that we have in this school, not only from the voices that you just heard, the speeches we heard earlier, but the many talents of the people that are sitting down here before us. It's a very special group of young people. Mr. Myers, Mr. Fiorelli, Mr. Morton, Mrs. O'Bannon, platform guests, faculty, candidates for graduation, ladies and gentlemen of the audience. This is an evening of celebration that belongs to all 473 members of the class of 2005. Excuse me. Not quite that young. Before I focus directly on some of the specifics about this outstanding class, I'd like to comment on some of the significant experiences involved in our school, community, and particularly this class. I would like to proudly state that the students of the class of 2005 have proven to be very special because of the spirit, their cooperativeness, and their multi-talented abilities. Beyond all this, they have been a joy to work with, and I take great pride in being able to share the past year with such a quality group of young people. I'd like at this time to recognize the top 20 members of this class. Would these students please stand as I call their name and remain standing until everyone is acknowledged? Please hold your applause until all the names are called, and I will start with our valedictorian and salutatorian and read the balance of the top 20 in alphabetical order. Deepa Iyer, Jenny Shui, Hyla Barbeau, Caitlin Donovan, Ann Emerson, Emily Farrell, Harrison Gibbons, Robert Hagan, Patrick Headley, Cassidy Horan, Grant Hunley, Sarah Kalickman, Elizabeth Majette, Brandon Murrell, Onoyam Inseo, Emily Reel, Mara Rosenkrantz, Polina Rovner, Laura Sill, Natasha Vainblatt, and William Walton. Congratulations. We've had considerable success this year in our athletic program at Mills Godwin. The teams this year have won 7 district titles and 4 regional titles. I'm proud to say that we have 1 state championship team, and I'd like the senior members of our boys tennis team to stand and be recognized as I call your names. Randy Loden and Alex Schultz. The coveted Millsy Godwin Award is faculty selected and honor based on outstanding scholarship, leadership, service, and character. It honors our school's namesake, a man who showed a strong commitment to the young people of Virginia throughout his many years of public service. The young person receiving this honor this evening has been recognized for his outstanding scholarship, leadership, and theatrical talent. He is an outstanding young man in every respect and will continue his education next year at the University of Virginia. The Millsy Godwin Award is presented to Harrison James Gibbons. The Becky Godwin Memorial Award, established in memory of the only child of Governor and Mrs. Millsy Godwin, is one of the highest honors awarded to a graduating senior. The recipient is selected by a vote of the entire senior class on the basis of an individual's character, leadership, and service to the school. The young person receiving this honor tonight has been a student and athlete and has served her class as an officer for 3 of the last 4 years. She will continue her education at the University of Virginia. The Becky Godwin Memorial Award is presented to Hyla Maria Barbeau. Our final award this evening is a very special scholarship presentation to an outstanding senior. Several years ago, friends of Governor Godwin, his family, and the governor himself established a $50,000 endowment for Godwin High School to allow us to present a scholarship each year in the governor's honor and memory. Few high schools in the nation have an endowment of this type, and we are deeply indebted to the governor and his many admirers for making this gift to our school. The Mills Godwin Scholarship is awarded to a student who has made a significant contribution to the quality of student life at Godwin and who has been highly successful in a broad range of scholastic and extracurricular pursuits. Finally, we award the Mills Godwin Scholarship to a student who is known for leadership and strong personal character. The 2005 recipient fits this description perfectly. As a member of National Honor Society, Beta Honor Society, French Honor Society, Quill and Scroll, and Thespian Honor Society, she is known first as an outstanding academic student. She has challenged herself outside of the academics as an actor, a comedian, a literary magazine member, associate editor, and editor-in-chief, as well as school newspaper featured columnist. She has been a member of Key Club, the Astronomy Club, Soho, and SAD. She was honored this year as our most valuable Eagle. Our most sincere congratulations to Natasha Vainblatt. We now turn to the most important part of the commencement, the declaration and presentation of diplomas. And as you can see, Mr. Myers is readily awaiting for that very special moment.
Thank you, Mr. Moore. Not so fast. So I've tried to think, what's the last thing I say to you as a group? We've had plenty of times over the last few years to visit. You know, I take great joy in coming to Godwin High School to visit with you. And so I've been like this since your senior honors assembly, and I've decided there's one word to describe the whole experience. Wow. You all had a wonderful ride. I hope you enjoyed it. We loved watching you do it. You're a wonderful class. We got one more little piece of business, don't we? If you're ready to roll, let's stand up. Yep, you can stand up, that's fine. This is the highest honor I have, I will tell you that. Platform guests, ladies and gentlemen, our assembled audience, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Commonwealth of Virginia and by the School Board of Henrico County, and upon the recommendation of the faculty and the administration, I hereby declare these candidates from Mills Godwin High School to be graduates with all the rights and all the privileges and all the responsibilities appertaining thereto. I offer you my warmest congratulations. You may turn your tassels. And I welcome you to your new family, the family of Godwin alumni. Again, congratulations. I care about each one of you. I'm going to miss each one of you. I'll now ask your principal to come forward and help us with a little bit of a traffic pattern so we can get you the appropriate, highly valuable diploma. Thank you.
At this time, I'd like to ask the graduates to please come forward. Those of you in the remaining rows, you can go ahead and sit down at this time. On behalf of the class of 2005 and the faculty, I ask for a very special kind of audience behavior today. The calling of a graduate's name and the awarding of diplomas is truly a lifetime special moment. It belongs to each graduate and his or her parents. Please hold your applause until the 473 members of the class have the recognition they so richly deserve.
Hyla Maria Barbeau. Natalia M. Vainblot. Jessica Yvonne Washington. Joshua Landon Simpson. Rada Anwar Abdel Fattah. Naomi K. Addison. Rachel Diana Adkins. Erica Wright Aker. Brittany Sasha Alston. Bronwyn Lee Catherine Anderson. Caitlin Augusta Anderson. Catherine Grace Anthony. Carrie Claire Archer. Robin Deutsch Atwell. Rebecca Shea Ayers. Sabrine Bader. Caitlin Gail Bailey. Emily Colleen Ball. Vanessa Renee Bonosi. Megan Elise Barrera. Michaelin Elizabeth Belanti. Brianna Lee Benz. Elizabeth Jane Byer. Jennifer Sarah Bigman. Christopher Durham Adams. Michael Adam Brinson. Chadi Obelhoshen. Austin David Alaspa. Brian Lee Allen. Stephen Arthur Anderson. Jose Guillermo Andueza. Joseph Ralph Apicella. David Alexander Armstrong. Greg K. Arslanian. Charles Thomas Arvin. Chase Reynolds Ascari. Stephen Douglas Austin. Christopher David Bailey. Adam B. Baker. Christopher G. Ball. John A. Banks. Justin Dunbar Barradale. Oscar H. Bastidas. John Patrick Becker. Lindsay Claiborne Blackley. Jennifer Margaret Bird. Shannon Elizabeth Campanella. Catherine Curtis Chisholm. Claire Elizabeth Phillips. Stacy Michelle Blowbaum. Ashley Elaine Boswell. Amy Ann Bolton. Lauren Ainsley Bowling. Christine M. Brennan. Lauren Ashley Bretzman. Emily Jean Brown. Rachel Noel Brown. Caitlin Michelle Burton. Whitney Ann Burton. Alexandra Ray Butler. Catherine Marie Capice. Ashley Morgan Carlton. Meredith Lee Cash. Indre Sagite. Jason Lee Brisson. Andrew Earl Bell. Christopher Eric Bowden. Patrick Lane Brenniger. John Andrew Bristow. Justin Taylor Bristow. Daniel Marshall Bulifant. Robert Matthew Burnham. Jason Craig Butler. Scott Henry Byfield. Mauricio Salvatore Cataldo. Joseph Matthew Sinamo. Di Chen. Ziao Jason Chen. Z Chen. Yuri V. Sherepnia. Ian Matthew Sejak. Jeremy Seyfried Clemens. Simon Edward Kuhn. Michael Anthony Cooper. Amy Catherine Clark. Crystal Jean Clement. Jessica K. Craig. Kristen Marie Dolland. Yoon Ju Cho. Melinda Ann Cleland. Lindsay Catherine Cole. Ashley LaBrooks Gordon Collins. Carissa Marie Conroy. Allison Claire Cook. Hillary Christine Cook. Danielle Corso. Jennifer Codis. Alexandra Megan Counts. Deidre Mannion Coyle. Morgan Tyler Kramer. Courtney Martin Cropper. Christy Elaine Dale. Sarah Marine Damiani. Katie Sue Davis. William Noah Denny. David Robert Coratone. Paul Emile Cote. Daniel William Crouch. Michael Evan Culbertson. Trevor James Dahlkemper. Jared Davis Dalby. Paul Nathaniel Davis. Jason Irving Dew. Kyle James Dolan. William Benton Downer IV. Scott Gregory Driscoll. Robert Forrest Eford. Jose Alonso Elizondo. Nikolai Alexandrovich Eroshenko. Andrew Wesley Everett. Robert John Falconer. Alexander M. Federook.
Finnegan is not here.
Michelle Renee Davis. Jessica Ann Drennan. Caitlin Elizabeth Dunavant. Jennifer Allison Edwards. Abigail Grace Fielden. Lauren Elizabeth Davis. Stephanie Faith DeVita. Catherine Marie Dierkes. Catherine Leslie Dietz. Kelly Ann Doyle. Monica Lee Duggan. Rachel Lynette Dumichel. Amanda Renee Egbert. Kendall Leanne Elliott. Ann Harding Emerson. Amanda Grace Erickson. Jessica Ann Farback. Emily Noel Farrell. Sean O'Connor Farrell. Victoria Elizabeth Fellows. John Patrick Fitzpatrick. Christopher Abram Ford. Matthew Charles Foster. Robert Stewart Frary. Chad Hewitt Gage. Christopher David Garlock. Philip Wells Gianfortoni. Harrison James Gibbons. Billy Damian Gilbert. David Wesley Goodhue. Kyle Gallagher Goodwin. Bruno Gora. Brandon Scott Gouffon. Richard Gilbert Green. Andrew Whitaker Greer. Samuel Forrest Gregory. Derek Hayes Griner. Charles Calvin Griffith. Travis William Grimm. Robert Douglas Hagan. Melissa Ann Frank. Sarah Jean Fort. Caitlin Colleen Graham. Erin Kathleen Greer. Angela Laura Gulati. Brittany Nicole Harris. Lauren Elizabeth Blannery. Jordan Brooke Fogelman. Whitney Ann Forneris. Christine Shannon Forney. Amanda Brooke Francisco. Taryn Lee Friedlander. Indre Alina Galzinas. Allison Lindsay Good. Ashton Briner Goodwillie. Lee McNair Green. Holly Irene Nancy Greenwood. Jennifer Ann Greishaber. Laura Caswell Hand. Melissa Ann Handoga. Matthew Hunter Hughes. Brandon Samuel Hamilton. Joseph Elwood Hardy. George Leslie Harmer. Charles Edward Harvey. Charles Madison Harvey. Patrick Christopher Headley. Dane Brian Height. David Landon Hensel. Marcus Owen Hensel. Herbert Mason Hester. Alexander Rayton Hewlett. Kevin Lamont Hinton. Jonathan Tyler Hodge. Charles Christopher Hodges. David George Holland. Alexander Mark Howard. Andrew Moffett Hoy. Mark Allen Hubbard. Grant Richard Hundley. Tiffany Ann Jenkins. Nora Cooper Kennedy. Laura Elizabeth Harrison. Allison Ray Hill. Patricia Ashley Hillier. Cassidy Hannah Mary Horan. Lindsay Marie Howard. Lauren Anna Horobachek. Jessica Austin Huddleston. Christine Marie Hyatt. Deepa Iyer. Melissa McLeod Jackson. Arzu John Gary. Cody Lynn Jewett. Carrie Ann Jewett. Sarah Elizabeth Kalishman. Alina Isabel Karabiak. Sophia Karandashova. Megan Elizabeth Keys. Catherine Marie Kennedy. Gregory Bruce Jernigan. Kevin Clark Jones. Bradley Payne Kensinger. Carnell Hunter III. Patrick Hughes Hurley. Timothy Mishler Hurley. Sung Hyun Wang. Charlie R. Hyman. Christopher P. Heiner. Selah D. N. Sakif Mohammed Islam.
Terrence isn't here.
Brett Allen James. Owen Philip James. Brian Thomas Jeffries. Benjamin Hardin Jones. Justin David Kay. Alexander Day Kim. William Griffin Naus. Joshua Johannes Kruger. Ashley Elizabeth King. Cameron Irene Kitts. Elizabeth Ashley Larson. Cameron Diane Lee Lawson. Catherine Barbara Lloyd. Christina Elizabeth Kuzel. Letitia Joy Lair. Christina Lee Lane. Caitlin Marcella Lang. Sarah Lee Lasredo. Katie Marie Lauer. Allison Mary Leach. Roni Adriana Leal. Laura Danielle Leclerc. Jessica Marie Lee. Amanda Catherine Lentz. Monica Lynn Lewis. Zing Lin. Amy Elizabeth Long. Rochelle Tori Lowe. Andrew Joseph Lutwin. Austin T. Marks. Alex Paul Mashinsky. Dylan Howard Matz. Adam Justin Larson. Kyle Brandon Lawrence. Evan James Levy. Nicholas Anthony Liberto. Stephen J. Livesay. Randy Michael Loden. Daniel E. Lopez. Michael Thomas Lott.
Eugene McElroy is not here.
Scott Joseph Lovejoy. Michael Ryan Lynch. Lee John Marchenko. David A. Marles. Christopher T. McDaniel. Michael Allen McDermott. Brian Casey Pangilinan. Stacy Hope Lustig. Madison Elizabeth McElmurray. Sarah Elizabeth Milley. Lindsay Elizabeth Lucci. Elizabeth St. Clair Majette. Christina Lee Markley. Claire Allen Marsh. Lindsay Elizabeth Marshall. Sherry F. Marshall. Angela Jean Martin. Kaylin Tierney Martin. Jane Porter McCallum. Paige Elizabeth McIver. Kelly Marie McMillan. Jessica Sue Mendenhall. Whitney Adams Mercer. Stephanie Kathleen Moore. Catherine Lane Moore. Catherine Patricia Moore. Rachel Ann Mortensen. Edward James McDonnell. Andrew Neil McElmurray. Matthew Hayden McGee. Thomas William Mead. Jeremy Donovan Miller. William Patrick Miller. Jeffrey Michael Milo. Sanmay Kumar Mishra. Jeffrey Scott Moorfield. Sergey Vitrovich Morozov. Brandon James Murrell. Ryan Earl Myers.
Anton's not here.
David Scott Neal. Robert George Northcutt. Jason Novak. James R. O'Flaherty. John Park. Christopher James Pegas. Scott Pells. Laura Elizabeth Norvell. Kathleen Edith Morton. Soo-Yun Mounts. Whitney Ann Mowbray. Shannon Renee Moxie. Kristen Nicole Murphy. Whitney Elizabeth Muir. Emily Jarman Newman. Amy Renee Nicholas. Jessica Marie Niles. Onoam Uyume Enseo. Emily Catherine Nye. Sharon Ashley Olaf. Catherine Taylor Oliver. Laura Caitlin Oliver. Jasmine Renee Osborne. Laura Scott Owens. Lindsay Kirkland Pantelli. Anna Park. Brandon Elizabeth Patrick. James Allen Rogers. Ivilo I. Petkov. Matt Clay Pinsker. Joel Anthony Pitts. James Edward Ramey IV. Sean William Ravine. Christopher Michael Reynolds. William Robert Reynolds. David Gershberg Ribeiro. James Daniel Rittenauer. Hunter Dorset Rawlings. Adam Scott Ross. Richard Linwood Selman. Joshua Mark Schatzberg. Alexander Keenan Schultz. Joseph Wegner Schutte. Jonathan Edward Cedillo. Corey Edward Sedler. Drew Kaiser Sessler. Kaylee Susan Perkins. Leslie Michelle Phelps. Jennifer Ann Reams. Emily Elizabeth Reel. Emily Alyssa Riley. Ashton Lee Payne. Jacqueline Erin Pitts. Susan Catherine Plant. Jessica Morgan Prophet. Kyle Coley Rasco. Christina Lauren Ray. Lindsay Hope Ray. Gabrielle Reinakovas. Megan Ashling Ressler. Samantha Reynolds. Catherine Lee Roach. Kimberly Nicole Rohde. Morgan Kathleen Robinson. Kimberly Ann Rogers. Maura Susan Rosenkrantz. Timothy Ryan Smithers. TJ Michael Spencieri. Brian James Shaner. Karan Sharma. John G. Sharp. Jaquan Shaki Shepard. Daniel Ryan Smith. Rex Lee Smith. William Frank Smith III. Brian Neal Snellings. Matthew David South. Louis Irvin Stewart IV. Travis Lee Summers. Christopher James Sutton. Gabriel Luke Sweeney. Benjamin Finley Swingle. Blake Cameron Taylor. James Evan Thompson. Joseph Julian Thurston. Gregory Allen Topshire. Krista Lee Roop. Laura Elizabeth Sill. Allison Elise Singer. Paulina Victoria Rovner. Madeline Shawan Rue. Samantha Nicole Santiago. Georgia Ann Scott. Lauren Ann Sharanek. Kristen Lee Shiflett. Taylor Dabney Shoemaker. Rachel Elizabeth Sewers. Katie Lynn Simmons. Kimberly Ann Solana. Jessica Hamey Song. Brittany Gale Spots. Whitney Elizabeth Spradlin. Shelley Elizabeth Spruill. Emily Elizabeth Steinbach. Bridget Lynn Stanley. Chloe S. Stark. Matthew Sean Tovey. David Reeves Trent. Lok Kun Choi. Nathan Dean Van Arsdale. William Anthony Walton IV. Jay Wang. Alan Taylor White. Christopher Ryan White. Zachary Andrew Williams. Jonathan Alex Wolford. Aaron Joseph Wood. Stephen G. Woolard. Konstantinos Michael Zatakis. Jacob Scott Yesbeck. Mark Lee Yu. Christopher Garvey Young. Sarah Ellen Taft. Trifina Thientrug Trong. Laura Ashton Stark. Rachel Elizabeth Stebbing. Brianne Kelsey Steenberg. Nicole Woolwine Stevens. Jody Diane Sukonik. Blair Deanne Swanson. Cassandra Michelle Sweeney. Alexa Carmel Tarbona. Brittany Elizabeth Thompson. Erin Marie Thompson. Amanda Tolson. Megan Maureen Torney. Melissa Ashley Unger. Deanna Marissa Vakili. Vanessa Danielle Van Landingham. Erin Marie Vasquez. Joetzi Vega.
Rainbow's not here.
Shelby Elizabeth Vaya. Jennifer Michelle Walters. Emily Blair Weissensale. Meredith Ray Wood. Brittany Alexandra Webb. Jane Victoria West. Julia Frances West. Sarah Marie Whitney. Lauren Elizabeth Wilbert. Allison Lee Wood. Anna Hui Wu. Ji Ne Sui. Kim Young Jan Yamamoto. Catherine Marie Yates.
I promised tonight that I wouldn't do any pearls of wisdom, but I have 4 short sentences for the graduates tonight. First, dare to dream. Have the desire to do something bigger than yourself. Second, prepare the dream. Do your homework. Be ready when the opportunity comes. Next, wear the dream. Do it. And finally, share the dream. Make others a part of your dream, and it will become even greater than you had hoped. We wish you all the best that life has to offer. And at this time, I'd like to ask the class of 2005 to please rise for the recessional, as well as the audience. There's a boat to make them coming over inside. Now got it. All right, guys, move.
Bye.